Hello and welcome back. I'm Erica with Revival Threadworks, and I want to welcome you to week number 5 of the Christmas Quilt Sew Along. So this is the week that I have been looking forward to because the block that I had a feeling was going to be my favorite is my favorite, and it is this one, and I think it just came out just absolutely amazing. I'm so excited to show you how to put this together. So if you're ready, let's get started. Okay, so I've gathered all my pieces together here for ornament style number 4 or block number 4. I've got these set out in different piles for the different ornaments. And then this one right here is the one that I'm going to show you to demonstrate. So we've got all of our background pieces, which are the white pieces, and then fabric A, fabric B. So the first thing that we're going to do is make some half square triangles. So we're going to take the large set. So we've got some small ones and some large ones. We're going to take the large set, we're going to put them right sides together, just like this, and then we are going to pin them. So just a couple little pins, or even if you would rather use clips or nothing at all, you can certainly do that too. But then we're going to make 4 different sets, and we're going to take them over to the machine, and we're going to sew 1/4 inch. Now when we come back, I'm going to show you what step is next, and it's going to have to do with these small background squares here. Now, as I have mentioned last week, this block is a little bit more complex than any of the ones that we've done before because there's a whole bunch of different pieces and a whole lot of different working parts. But if we go with this step by step, I think we're going to do just fine, and the block is going to come out wonderful. So let's go ahead and get these sewn together, and then we'll come back and see what's next. I wanted to jump back in here really fast because as I was sitting down to start sewing this first one that I showed you, I realized that I'm trying to sew all 4 of the ornaments together so that I do each step for each ornament all at the same time. So if you're going to be doing the same thing that I'm doing and chain piecing everything, you're going to want to make sure to do the same step with all 4 ornaments. So that's, again, just a quick tip. If you don't want to sew all your ornaments together at the same time, you certainly don't have to, but it is definitely a time saver. So I'm going to go ahead and pin these and then sew all 16 pieces at a time. So there's all right, so now I'm done making all of my large half square triangles, and I just wanted to show you something. So because I press my seams open, I end up with this double little dog ear kind of thing on each end. You, if you're pressing to one side, are only going to end up with it just one direction. But I did go ahead and trim them. I looked at the pattern to see if it mentions trimming, and it doesn't. But I did go ahead and just trim all those little things off of my half square triangles just so that they're nice and clean squares. Anyhow, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take these small square background pieces. Again, consult your pattern to see which size background pieces you need. But we're going to take those squares and we're going to put them right here on the corner of the fabric number A on the half square triangle. So as I showed you last week, I have that little tip with the tape to make a nice little diagonal without having to make a line. If you have the tape, please use that. If you don't have the tape or you don't know how to do that method, either you can consult the video last week or you can go ahead and draw your lines, but you're going to want to sew a diagonal from this corner to this corner. Then we're going to lop this off with a 1/4 inch on the seam. So cut where there's a little 1/4 inch seam allowance. Then we're going to press it over, and then I'll come back and we'll show you what's next. Okay, so if you don't remember what the tape trick was from last week, I'll just kind of show you real quick. So I've just got a piece of translucent neon tape here that goes right down the strip where the needle goes. And I'll turn my camera here just so that you can kind of see. So I've got a line here on my extender tray. So I just took that piece of tape and extended it all the way down. So what I do now when I'm putting the block through the machine is I line up this point here with the needle. So, you know, just like that. And then this point I line up with the edge of that tape. And then as I'm feeding everything through, I just make sure that the point here stays even with the line of the tape. So as I go through just like this, then it stays corner to corner and I don't have to worry about drawing a line. So I'm going to go ahead and continue on and get all of these done, and then I'll meet you back over the table and we'll talk about what's next. Okay, so now we've got all of these squares sewn onto the half square triangle. So I did want to go ahead and give you one example of how we're going to finish this particular part of the block. So we've got our seam right here. We're just going to take our ruler and put the mark on the 1/4 inch line there. So the 1/4 inch right here is right there on that seam. We're just gonna cut off that excess so you can see right here we've just got 1/4 inch. Then we're gonna flip it over and press it. So let me go ahead and press that. We're gonna set the seam first, then press it. And now this is done. So we're gonna do this with all 4 corners for all 4 blocks. Okay, so now that we're done with the all 4 of the corner pieces for that main center block, I'm just going to set these aside. And the next thing that we're going to do is make flying geese. So I've got my little sets here for all 4 of my different flying geese for the different blocks. And we're going to take one fabric A and one fabric B, and we're going to do it like this. But the first thing that we're going to do is just sew that fabric A right here on the corner. So we're just going to line it up on the corner, and then you're going to either make a diagonal mark from here, from this point to this point, or you're going to use the tape method that I showed you a little bit earlier. And then we are going to trim off that excess, but we're going to leave a little bit of 1/4 inch there from the stitch line. And then we're going to fold it over, press it, and then we're going to come back with fabric B. All right, so we've got the first half of our flying geese sewn together, and I'm just going to show you a really quick way to trim these up a little bit faster. So we're just lining them up. All point to point is on the same plane here, just this mark, and then we're going to take our ruler and line it up at the 1/4 inch right here on the sewn line. And we're just going to trim them all off, and there we have 3 of them trimmed at a time. Now that I've gotten the first side pressed and ready to go, it's now time to just add the second side. So we're just going to take that second square of fabric B, and we're going to do the exact same thing. We're just going to take it over to the corner and then sew diagonal to diagonal, trim it, press it, and then we will end up with a completed flying geese. Alrighty, now that all of our flying geese are made, the next step that we have to do is take the rectangle of fabric number A, and we're going to attach it right here to the top. So it'll look just like this when it's completed. So we'll just take this and pin it to the flying geese, so 1/4 inch, and then we're going to press it open, or flip it over and give it a good press, and then we're ready to move on to the next step. So let's go to the machine and attach all of the rectangles to the flying geese. Alrighty, so our flying geese units are now done, and they look just like this. We've got fabric A on the left, fabric B on the right, and then we have that rectangle of fabric A also across the top. So I'm going to go ahead and set these aside, and then we're going to work on the next piece. So the next unit is going to be that star-shaped thing right there in the center of each of the ornament blocks. So we're going to take our second set of half square triangles for each set. This is the smaller one, and we are going to just do the same thing that we did with the larger ones. We're just going to line them up, right sides together. We're going to stick it, on mine, I went ahead and did all of mine. I just used a single pin, and then when I get to the machine, if I have to do any straightening, I will. And we're going to sew with 1/4 inch seam allowance, press them open when we're done, trim off the little edges, and then I'll show you how to complete that center star when we get back to the table. All right, now that we've got our small half square triangles sewn together, pressed and trimmed, we are ready to make the pinwheel for the center. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay this out first just so we can visualize what's going to happen. So we're going to do it in this direction. So when you take another one, just kind of twist it just slightly from the way you did the other one. So it's going to look just like this. So you got a dark one, dark one, dark one, dark one, or I guess fabric A, fabric A. What we want to do is make a pinwheel. So how we're going to put these together is we're going to take these two and sew them together, press them open. We're going to take these two, sew them together, press them open, and then we're going to take this whole unit and sew it to this whole unit. All right, I wanted to jump right back in here just to avoid any kind of confusion, because I know that there are some people that are watching this that haven't really done anything like this before. So we've got both of our units sewn together here, and now all we're going to do is just take this whole thing and stitch it together. So we're going to stitch it together right here. Again, just flip it over, stitch right there on all 4 of these. Or if you're only doing one at a time, obviously we're only doing it on one if you're just doing one at a time, but I'm doing all 4 of my ornaments at the same time. Anyway, we're going to stitch that together, iron it, and then we'll come back and discuss how we're going to assemble the whole main center block. Okay, so we're finally coming to a pivotal moment where we get to start assembling our block here, and I'm really pretty excited to see how this one's going to play out. So we're going to need these pieces, and this piece. So we're just going to set this one in the center here, and then we're going to start laying these out this way. So make sure that the dark pieces, or excuse me, fabric A is connected, fabric B is connected. Same thing here. We're just going to keep working our way all the way around, just like this. And then we're going to take these pieces and have these connect our corners. So basically they're going to connect here on each of the corners. So just like this. And we'll keep working our way around until we get here. So this is the gist of what we're looking at. Let me move the camera just a touch. Anyway, this is the gist of what we're looking at. We're going to assemble this together in rows. So we're going to go row 1, row 2, and row 3. So the way that we're going to do this is take this and lay it out here, and we're going to stitch this with a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Then we're going to press that open. Then we're going to take this one and press this one face, right sides together, do a 1/4 of an inch, press that open. And we're going to do this with all 3 of the rows. And then we're going to come back here and take a look and get this whole thing assembled so that we can get the whole main center unit done. And then we can move on to the ornament hanger and the bottom. All right, guys, we are literally nearing the end of this block. All we have to do is assemble the main part, do the top, do the bottom, and then we are all done. So what we're going to do now is take this bottom piece, flip it over right sides together, do a 1/4 of an inch seam right there, and then we're going to press it open. And then we're going to do the same thing with this top one. We're going to flip it over, do a 1/4 inch seam allowance, and then press it open. All right, so we are now at the tail end of putting together this block. So we still have to make the ornament hangers, which are these pieces here. We've got 2 rectangles that are, again, on your pattern. It'll tell you which pieces to use. So we're going to take these and do right sides together for this one, then flip it over, and then do right sides together for that one. And then these 2 pieces, these are the bottom pieces. We're going to put these squares right here at the ends of the rectangles. We are going to sew from this point to this point, trim it off, fold it over, and then we're going to join these 2 pieces together, and that will give us the bottom piece and the top piece. So I'm going to go ahead and sew all these pieces together, then we're going to come back and we're going to look at the final assembly step. Okay, y'all, so we are in the very, very last step, and that is just sewing the 3 columns together. So we've got the center unit all done, and again, I'm going to say this is my favorite block. I can already tell you right now, it is my favorite one. I think it's so pretty. Anyway, we've got the bottom point sewn together. We've got the top ornament hanger sewn together. So all we're going to do now is take this bottom piece, flip it over, pin it, and sew a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance right down here. And then we're also going to take this top one, flip it over, and do a 1/4 inch seam allowance there. And then we're going to take it back to the table, press it open, and then we will be done. So I've got all 4 of my ornaments over here ready to go. Hopefully you also did some chain stitching, because it just makes it so much easier. Anyhow, I'm going to attach all my pieces together, and then I'll catch you back here and we'll look at the final product. Okay, so the blocks are done, and I am in love. I think these just turned out so good. So here is my first one, my second one, my third one, and my fourth one. I would have to say that the darker ones with the darker outlines are definitely the ones that I like the most, just because they have the most contrast. I think this one that has all the busy prints is probably my, third, and then this one would be my least favorite. I'm not saying I don't like it, but I am saying that all that busyness does kind of distract a little bit for me. But overall, I think they came out really, really wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me today as we put together the fourth and final ornament style for our Christmas quilt sew along. Next week, we're going to be working on the small beads and the large beads, and I just want you to be prepared. There are a lot of them to make. That's why I put them at the last week, is just so that we can just settle in with the repetition of what we're going to be doing next week. I think that after all these beautiful, beautiful blocks that we put together the last few weeks, we're going to want to have a rest where things are just kind of automatic, and we can just sit there with our headphones on and a drink in our hands and just work our way through the monotony of the beads that we have to make next week. Anyhow, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, comment. And also, if you've been sewing along with me, please make sure to post a picture in the community pages so that we can all see what you're doing and all comment on your wonderful, beautiful blocks. I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of the week, and I will see you again on Friday. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.